Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the topic limiting reagent from the chapter 1 class 11 chemistry, some basic concepts of chemistry. You see, before we discuss the definition of limiting reagent, let us consider an example. Suppose P and Q are in general two reactants. They react and gives some product. Okay, that is P plus Q. They react, okay, and gives a product, some product. Okay, suppose this equation is a balanced chemical equation, and suppose the given moles of P and Q are 10 and 40 respectively. That is, number of moles of P is equal to 10 and number of moles of Q is equal to 40. Okay, now what about the coefficient of P here? It is 1P, so 1. What about the coefficient of Q here? It is 1Q, so 1. So their coefficients are in the ratio 1:1. Okay, that is 1P reacts with 1Q and it gives a product. But here the number of moles of P is 10 and number of moles of Q is 40. That is 10 moles of P reacts with 10 moles of P reacts with 10 moles of Q and it gives the product. Okay, so you see 10 moles of P is consumed. So nothing left for P, that is it is 0 moles now. And 10 moles of Q is consumed. But here we have 40 minus 10 which will be equal to 30 moles left for Q. So the remaining moles of Q is equal to 30. So this 30 is actually the unreacted moles. Okay, see in this reaction 10 moles of P reacts with 10 moles of Q and gives some product. Okay, so you see after the chemical reaction here 10 moles of P is consumed. So nothing left for P. You see 10 moles of Q is consumed. So 30 moles, 40 minus 10 which is equal to 30 moles left for Q. That is the remaining moles for Q is 30. This 30. So after the reaction we will have some product and we will have this 30 moles of Q. Okay, so this 30 moles of Q, that is excess, and 10 moles of P, that is completely consumed, first. So this P, the reactant P, that is called as limiting reagent, and this reactant Q, that is called as excess reagent. Because you see the reactant P, it is completely consumed first, and reactant Q, it is excess. Okay, there are some 30 moles of Q remaining here, so it is excess. So this P is called as limiting reagent and the reactant Q, which is in excess here, that is actually called as excess reagent. That is, many a time reactions are carried out with the amounts of reactants that are different than the amounts as required by a balanced chemical reaction. So in such situations, what happens is one reactant is in more amount than the amount required by balanced chemical reaction. So the reactant which is present in the least amount, okay, the reactant which is present in the least amount, that gets consumed after some time, and after that further reaction does not take place whatever be the amount of the other reactant. So the reactant which gets consumed first, that limits the amount of product formed, and therefore that reactant which gets consumed first is called as limiting reagent. So here this reactant P, that is the limiting reagent, and this reactant Q, that is the excess reagent. So in this video we have discussed about the concept of limiting reagent. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.